All right, so have those lightweights handy, please. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down a couple times. And then bring that into your elbows and your arms. And then we're just going to step touch. We're going to start swinging those arms right away. In a moment, we'll take 2 steps to the right. In 4, 3, here we go. Good, let's stay here. Step touch. Toe in front. Good. So let's reach down, grab those weights, add on just a little bit to our warm up. So you're just holding them by your sides. Keep that toe touch, and you're going to alternate, even if that means you slow it down a little bit. One arm up and then the other. Thumb is up, so you feel this in your fronts of your deltoid, your anterior deltoid, your shoulder muscle. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Turn that toe point into a knee there. Arms are going to come up. From here, we're going to lift them a little teeny bit higher and pull down, pull down. Obviously, you're also pushing up. Good. Hold those arms out here. Give me a rotation. Knee can start to come across. Good. Hands down, roll those shoulders. Palms in front. Give me a little bicep curl, like about 90 degrees. Move your arms in front, extend. Reach, reach, as you step touch. So this is more about straightening than bending. Good, and then relax those arms. Shoulders roll up and down, turn those palms to the back. Let's go into a hamstring curl. Bend the elbows a little bit, squeeze them by your ribs, press them back, press, press, press as you hamstring curl. Good, step touch, shoulders roll up, back, and down. Let's bring those arms out to the side, thumbs are up, teeny circles. Reverse your circle. Forward circles. And back. And forward. And back. Good. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. Bicep curl, a little bit to each side. And then right in front, just a little focus here. Good. 4, 3, 2, toe in front. All right. Shoulders up, back, and down. We're going right back up again. Remember, little small movements, push up this time. Before we were pulling down, pushing up this time, even though you're still going both directions. But you should feel this right on top of your shoulders at a knee lift. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Relax those shoulders. Go ahead and just put those weights over in your chair. Bend your knees, hands on your thighs. Let's round through that spine in a beautiful cat stretch. and extend in a cow. So rolling into your cat and opening up into your cow. Two more like that. Good. Then stay in your extended cow position. Press down on your right hand to look over your left shoulder. And then back through center, other way. And back through center, round it, extend it, and then big deep breath in. Let's reach to one side and then the other, and then bring those feet in and reach and reach. Good. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. You're gonna grab your chair and your weights. Just turn your chair so you're gonna have the back of the chair. So I'm gonna start sideways just so you see my knees, but then I'm gonna turn forward, and you'll wanna turn forward eventually too. All you're gonna do is roll up on your toes. Actually, you know what? Let's start on our heels. You're just gonna bend those knees forward, but I want your knees and your ankles squeezed together, and then just bend and straighten those legs. Okay, tiny movement. And then you're gonna add on to that tiny little bend and straighten. So we're gonna bend down, we're gonna stay in that bent knee position. We're gonna serve our platter and serve our platter. And then we're gonna put those two things together, bending and straightening, bending and straightening. Make sure at some point your arms get all the way straight. Last add-on, if you want, what would happen if you lifted your heels and you used a balance staying up on those toes or coming down and then coming up, you decide. But again, at some point, make sure you get your arms straight in front of you, because that's what we're about. Kind of isometric in the lower body, a little bit of movement, but extending for those biceps. Good. 4 more. 3. Last 2. Last one. Heels down, arms straight in front of you, shoulders out of your ears. Bend 1/4 inch and straighten, straighten, straighten. Squeeze your knees. And relax. Ooh, shoulders roll up, back, and down. All right. Putting together a little bit of lower body and upper body. So right leg is going to be the standing leg, and the weight is going to be behind the left leg and in the left hand. And then you want to bend that right knee, right? So that rather than being tucked under, your tailbone can be long, and then you're going to hinge and try and get those abs pulled in. We're going to start, just rest your upper body for now, flex through that left heel and push to the side. Now, if you want to add the left arm, you're going to bring the palm to the sky, shoulder out of your ear, so make sure it's not rolling down. And you're just going to lift the whole arm and the leg at the same time. Two more. Leave that leg up, bend the elbow 1/4 inch, press it straight as you squeeze the weight. So hamstring curl and tricep extension. And let's relax. Ooh, let's give that leg a quick stretch. We have another round, but let's do this anyway. Left leg across the right. Tailbone extends, long spine, round it under. One more time, extend it out. And then we're coming right back to that same position. Right knee is bent. Weight is behind the left leg. This time you're not going to be fully hinged forward, just a slight hinge, but make sure the booty's not sticking out. So pull it under, pull your abs in, and then you're going to flare that leg to the side, and the arm is coming up and over. Now you can play with where you want your torso. So we did this last week, only we did it with a ball last week. Keep going. So it should feel a little different with the weight, a bit more challenging. Keep going. Four more. Last two and last one. Let's cross that leg over. Sit that booty up. Well, if you're wondering where the cat is, right before class, I grabbed my little iris thing. And I have a large bag of headgear, right? Rabbit ears, you've seen all the different ones. And I just poured everything out on the bed. I just walked in and everything is scattered all over the floor. And she looked up at me like, oops, what? So, oh my goodness. All right. So there are bunny ears all over the bedroom floor. We're going to do the other side now. So this time that weight will be behind your right leg. Your left knee is going to be bent. And then eventually that weight is going to be in your right hand. But you can start with just finding that flat back position, heel to the sky. Make sure that left knee is bent. Good. And then bring that other arm into it, shoulders up, back, and down. And as we lift the arm, we lift the leg, press the heel to the sky. Good. And then we're going to bend the elbow the tiniest bit, and we're going to extend tricep extension at the same time, getting a little hamstring curl. You might not even be able to tell that my heel is coming towards my hip. Small movement, just squeezing in on that weight. Two more. And then we will stretch that out. So that right leg goes across the left, tailbone extends. And then roll it under and press it out again. All right, and here we go, right back into that same position. Left knee stays bent, right leg is holding the weight, as is the right hand. And then you decide how far down you want to be. You know, we're going to be flaring to the side and lifting, feeling that rear deltoid, little bend in that right elbow. Keep it going. You do the same thing I did during the other one so that you get the same number of lifts. Two more. And relax. I hope we stretched on the other side. I don't remember that we did. I think we did. So press it out again. Sorry. And round it under and extend it out again. Good. Shoulders roll up, back, and down as you come up. All right. We're going to come into that chair, seated position in the chair. Sitting towards the front of your chair. Just hold one weight in your left hand or right hand for now. And then the other weight is going right below your left knee, right? Then we're going to lift that left leg up. We're going to extend it straight, bend and straighten. And all I'm really doing is holding the weight against my shin. And then if you want, you do a shoulder raise on the other side. Flex through that left heel, straightening out that leg, engaging that quad. Couple more. And relax. All right, let's switch it up. So weight right below the right knee. Extend that leg up. Bend and straighten, tiny little bend and straighten, and press up at the same time. And relax. All right, just set those weights down for just a second, sit up nice and tall, roll those shoulders out, and then you're going to scoot to the very edge of your chair, We're going to hinge forward. We're just going to do a little bit of upper back while we're right in this position. Bring your hands down to the weights and then squeeze the shoulder blades together and let them drop. Squeeze them and drop them. Bring your head in line with your spine after you see what I'm doing. And then start bringing that into that same deltoid, rear deltoid lift we just did a couple minutes ago by bending the elbows. So squeeze the shoulder blades together and bend the elbows. So both are happening at the same time. Two more and relax. All right, weights are still with you. Wide stance. You're going to lift up in sort of a plie. It might be a little closer to a sumo squat today, but what you're going to do is see if you can hover above that chair, right? For now, you're just holding your weights in front of you. Toes are turned out, knees are wide. Options, extend those arms when you come down. Or option, straighten your arms. As you come down, arms come to shoulder level. I know this doesn't look very far. And then when you come up, I want you to squeeze your glutes and bring your arms back, right? So you're going to come up, squeezing back. Come up, squeezing back. If you want, you don't have to do this. So plie or kind of sumo squat along with, I mean, I know it really looks like a kettlebell exercise, because it kind of is. Couple more here. Squeeze those glutes as you come up. Don't forget that part. Two more. Good. And relax shoulders up, back, and down. All right. Let's, you can just move your chair off to the side. It's there if you need it for balance. We're going to bring ankles and knees into parallel position. We're just going to start a nice heel raise. So just working those calves. And then if you want to, bring your arms straight above you, right? Just a little bit of extra weight as if you weigh 4 or 6 more pounds. Keep those ribs pulling down. Good, and relax. Put one weight in that chair. Let's stand on our left leg, right leg off to the side, and it's a single leg calf raise on that left leg. And then if you want, we're going to roll that right hand out, up, thumb is facing up, and you're out in sort of a half of a V. So as the leg raises, so does the arm. That left leg can be straight or can be turned out. Work in different angles if you'd like. And hopefully that left calf is feeling this. So let's put everything down, step back with that left calf and lunge into that right leg. Bend that left leg a little bit to take the stretch a little deeper, and then roll up on the toes. I want you to drop your toes behind you. Good, and then drop them back the other way. So, tucked in. All right, we're gonna do the other side. You can move your chair if you want, you might not need to. If you did use it for balance. Oops. Yikes, glad it's my house. Weight is on your right leg. Left leg is pointed out here. And we just lift and lower on that right side. And then if you want to add with that left arm, again, it's up and out, thumb facing up. Almost there. And relax. And then we'll just set the weight down, step forward with that left leg, back with the right, lunge into it, feel that stretch down your calf. Bend that knee a little bit to take it a little bit deeper, and then roll up. And again, we're going to tuck the toes under. So my toes are like that, my toenails are on the ground. Good. And then we're going to go the other way, dropping those toenails down. All right, we're going to get a little bit more booty work from this standing position. So you're going to need just one weight, but I want you to turn your chair around and see if you can come into it so that your elbows are on the chair. Now, if you have a really short chair and you're fairly tall, this might not work. For me, this is a little bit low, but we're going to try it anyway. Okay, and then once again, that weight is going behind the right leg this time, left leg, whichever. Just make sure you know, all right? So then the opposite leg needs to be bent. We're going to lift up, come down to the side and down. So we go up with the heel, come down, open to the side. Pressing up and side and up and side. Make sure your tailbone isn't rounded under. You've got that extended spine so we can get some hamstring love. We're going to do two more, and then we're going to stay with just straight up. One more combo. All right, here we go. Heel to the sky, extend that spine, shoulders out of your ears, flex that heel, push up, small movement. Don't bounce though, push up, push up, push up. Abs in. And relax. Woo, Chimama, I hope you felt that. Take that leg that you just worked, right leg, left leg, bring it across the chair, let the knee drop open, standing leg bend, and just let the knee drop open, but try not to twist, oops, like that. Try to square your hips so that you won't miss out on the stretch. Your knee isn't way off to the side, it's in front of your hip if possible. Good, and then we will press up, and you know we have another leg to do. So, I apologize, I never remember to turn the phone off, and it's usually just, you know, the IRS calling, or the prince from wherever that needs money, or my warranties have worn out, which is probably true on my body anyway. All right, here we are. The other leg is bent, flex through that heel. We're going to lift, come down, open to the side and back. So we lift, down, side, lift, down, side. I noticed that my shoulders were shrugging up in my ears, so be cautious about that, please. Two more. Good, and now we just go straight up. We push up, hold for a second, push up, push up, push up, push, push. And we're going to relax. We're going to bring that leg across. Let the knee drop open, but not off to the side. Then the standing leg, extend that tailbone back and get that stretch in that outer hip, please. And just hang in there with that for a couple more seconds for me, please. And then relax and shake that out. Okay, back to a little more upper body and isometric in the lower body. So all we're going to do this time we're going to straddle the chair in a lovely ladylike way. Bring your feet into parallel so that your knees are touching, hopefully, the seat of the chair, and you are squeezing in. And that's all I'm asking you to do. Otherwise, you're in an isometric contraction in your quads and your inner thighs. Notice if you're hunched, you probably have to be a little bit forward unless, I don't know, I guess if you turned your chair around, it would work the other way. Anyway, here we are, arms out in a little bit of a V, small little bicep, and then start bringing it towards the front. And then start bringing it to the side. And back to the front. And back to the side. Good, thumbs come up, arms come up. Then thumbs to the front, knuckles to the sky. And then pinkies up, pinkies to the sky. Good, shoulders up, back and down, arms in front, thumbs up. Abs in. You should feel some booty here. And then we go knuckles up. And then see if you can turn your pinkies up, but go out a little bit. And then come up. Ooh, hopefully your lower body was engaged that whole time as well as the upper body. All right, let's bring weights and chair with you as you head down to the ground, please. All right, we're going to start with a simple bridge, except the weights are going to be resting on your hip flexors. And again, you're not holding the weights, you're just pushing your fingers into the weights. Bring your ankles and knees to touch, or if you need to be hip distance apart, that's fine. Shoulders out of your ears, but elbows wide like a ballerina, broad across your back. Lift up to your best bridge, and then go up one more inch, and up, and up. Abs in, ribs down. Almost there. Good. Relax down. Move both weights onto your left hip. Put that right foot up in the chair for now. Lift up. Find that beautiful bridge. And then you can do, well, you can decide what you need to do with your right hand. So now it's that left glute up in the air. Let's lower that right knee so it's touching the left knee and lift an inch and lift an inch. And you should really feel that in that left glute and hamstring. And then relax that down. Let's move that left leg into the chair and put both weights on the right hip flexor. Then that right knee. Again, place your fingers to press the hips down, and then lift that left leg so it touches your right knee. Square your hips and lift. Almost there. And relax. All right. Both legs up in the chair, heels up in the chair. And you just want enough support. We're going to be lifting our hips again, but in this long straight line. So just make sure your chair is not going to slip away. Then straighten your legs, no weights this time. Shoulders out yet. Shoulders out of your ears. Press down, and then lift your hands off the ground. Lift that right leg, flex through the heel of the left. Push down with both legs. So you should feel that left glute and left hamstring working as you push down against the chair, push down against the chair, push down against the chair. Should be getting into your low back some too, and then relax everything down. Deep breath in, exhale, ribs pull down, hands by your sides, lift back up, right heel presses into the ground as you lift that left leg, and then right heel pushes down, pushes down. As my heel pushes down, my hips lift up, of course, but small. And relax. Ooh, should have been some good booty there. We've got one more. We're gonna add those weights this time onto your hips. Both heels get to stay in the chair. Lift those hips up against the weights. Press your heels down to lift higher. Press down to lift higher. So rather than squeeze your glutes to lift, I want you to push your heels down to lift. Push your heels down so that action initiates down in the heels, not just the hips. And relax. All right, you can leave that left leg where it is. Take your right foot, cross it over so that your right foot is on the ground. Good, and then you can lift that left leg up so you're in, not a thread the needle and not all the way over. It's about 3/4 of the way over. And then let that left leg go a little bit, bring that right leg open just halfway and do that same reach. And then left leg goes down in the chair and right leg extends. Left leg is going to go across. And then that right leg is coming up. And then let it move away so you can slide the left leg a little farther and then grab again. And then both feet down on the ground, arms up overhead. Sorry, this is choking me. All right, let's bring those weights into our hands. We're going to do just a little teeny baby butterfly motion here, just to reignite or remind ourselves of those chest muscles. So elbows on the ground, knuckles pointed to the sky, ribs pull down, and we're just going to come up about halfway and just do a small range of motion right through there. Nod your head yes to lengthen out the back of the neck. All right, and then we're going to move both weights into your left hand. If you are left-handed, you can move them into your right, if you're non-dominant, right? And try and get them both in that non-dominant hand. And take your opposite hand and put it on the same rib cage. So my left arm is up, so my right hand is going to rest on the left rib cage. Deep breath in. On the exhale, let the arm go all the way overhead and even touch the ground. And notice what happened with those ribs on the left side, they lifted up. So take a deep breath in. On the exhale, pull the ribs down to lift the arms just up by your ear. And then let them come a little bit closer towards your jawline. And then they go up and over again and come up above you. This whole time, however, your left ribs are staying down. Now we're going to add on. When you come to the bottom of your range of motion, bend the elbow, extend the arm, and then bring it up. So up overhead, bend, straighten, and up. Up overhead, bend, straighten, and up. Ribs stay down. One more. And relax. Let's bring both weights into your right hand or your dominant hand. And then that opposite hand goes on the opposite or the same rib cage as your dominant hand. Arms are straight, they go overhead, let them rest for a second, see how that rib pops up, pull the ribs down, and then straight arm to right above you, up overhead slightly, and then straight arm up. Good, and now we're going to add a bend of the elbow and a straighten and then up. So up overhead, bend, straighten, and lift. Up overhead, bend, straighten, and lift. Up overhead, bend, straighten, and lift. Keep that going. So tricep with that abdominal work. Good, 2 more. Beautiful, all right. One weight in each hand for now, and let's go ahead, if your chair is still there, just let your heels rest up in the chair. So it's a lazy version of tabletop position, and in a moment you can make it unlazy. All right, so one weight in each hand, shoulders up out of your ears, deep breath in, exhale, punch a hole in the ceiling with those weights, and then bring your arms overhead and feel that increased challenge in your abs, and then exhale, come down, inhale. Exhale, lift up, inhale, arms reach overhead. You can do this with your thumbs or with your palms parallel to each other, or with your palms facing to up in the sky, your choice. All right, and then as I mentioned, we're going to add on here. So lift up and make that tabletop active if you want. If this feels like a lot on your neck, go to just a single weight. And then finally, adding on one more step, as you extend the arms, reach your legs long at the same time, basically our double leg stretch. So extend, so this, now your head is not going down unless you need a neck break, right? In which case the head can stay down the whole time. And again, one weight or two, you decide. If it's too much, no weights. A few more here. All right, and then as you come down, let's go ahead and move your chair out of the way. And we're going to take one weight and put it below your knees. So you're squeezing it kind of between your calf muscles. All right, other weight is going to be handy. You're going to have an option with that in a moment. Shoulders nice and open. Deep breath in, exhale. Pull your ribs down, staple your spine to your low back. And your low back is either on the ground or a couple inches off. As you toe touch, inhaling as the legs move away from your body, and exhaling to lift back up again. So we're opening up the angle at your hips, but abs and ribs stay in, low back stays the same distance from the ground. Now, you can keep going with that. You could make it a heel flex or, a heel tap by flexing your feet. And if you want one more little addition, take your other weight, bring it over your head, but keep your ribs down. And then you can either leave it there isometric, or you can bring it up parallel with the thighs when the thighs come back up. So this one should be pretty strong. You've got a few more of these. You have a few more of these. And then relax. Let's bring one hand behind each knee, take a little rock side to side, and then you're going to take both weights, and stack them up on your ankles so that as you roll like a ball, you have a little advantage of that weight pulling you up. And then next time you come up, go ahead, just stay in a nice seated position. Weights are handy, of course. Shoulders up, back, and down, hinge back, pull your abs in, come back up. Inhale at the top, exhale, hinge back, inhale, pause, and come back up. Take one weight in each hand, if you want, more challenge. Exhale, hinge back, inhale, open your arms into a T, but don't let this happen in your body. So keep that chest lifted. Lower the hands to come up. Inhale at the top. Exhale to hinge back, inhale, open the arms into a T, or a little more challenge into a V, and then lower the hands before you try to come up. Now keep that going, or if you want one final challenge with either a single weight or double, I'm going to do it with a single. You can hinge back and then lift your arms way up by your ears if that will work for you. Lower your hands before you try to come up. So just a roll down variation here. And then next time you come up, come on up and let's roll over onto one side. Let's stack our knees in a clam position. So knees are stacked, ankles are stacked, hips are stacked. You can probably use 2 weights that you decide. I don't know what weights you have right there. So place them on their thigh and just hold them down with your hand. Again, we're not holding onto them, we're just pressing them down. A little more challenge, a little Pilates V. Can you guys see me? I feel like I might be only halfway visible. Anyway, pivot open. I'm just talking to myself. So you should feel this in your outer hip. We've already done quite a bit of outer hip, so I'm not going to do a ton of these. And relax. All right, we will do the other side, don't worry. But in the meanwhile, I want you to slide over onto your spine and put your weights beside you and slide your hands underneath them. So palms are facing the ceiling, big toes are touching or hip distance apart, but toes are pointing, toenails are on the ground. Shoulders are going to roll up, back, and out of your ears, even if you bend your elbows a little bit. Lift yourself up a tiny bit, and then extend those arms straight. And I just want you to reach through your fingers, squeeze those shoulder blades together, feel that strength in that upper back. I know you'll go into your lower back a little bit, but not too much. And inhale, relax down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the shoulders, bend the elbows, and then straighten the arms and lift yourself up. Little arch in that upper back of the neck is long, and relax down. Deep breath in. Exhale, press, squeeze, lift. And relax down. Inhale. Exhale, lift, press, squeeze, hold on the inhale. And we do one more. We're going to hold this one at the top. So lift it up, straighten those arms, bend the elbows the tiniest bit, and lift, straighten, lift and straighten, lift and straighten, lift and straighten, lift and straighten. And relax. All right. Hopefully you remember which side you already did for your clam. So roll over onto the opposite side, please. Bend both knees, stack your feet, stack your hips, please. And then just let those weights rest on the top thigh or a single weight, waistline off the ground, heels together, Pilates V, and press open. Few more here. And relax and give those hips a little bit of love. And we're rolling over onto our spines. Have your weights with you, please. All right, both knees are bent. And we're going to bring that weight behind the right leg and just use the dumbbell ends to pull that knee in. And maybe drive a few circles on the ceiling with that knee and then the other way. Good. And then both knees drop in opposite directions. And then we're going to straighten the left leg and let the right leg come across. And now you can actually tug with that lower side of the dumbbell and get a deeper stretch in that outer hip. We worked those quite a bit today. And then take that right foot on the outside of that left leg You can put your weight, let's see, which side are we gonna leave it on? I'll figure it out in a second. One weight on each side of your body, I guess. Bend that left knee, and then let's thread that needle left leg up, press the right knee open, flex and point through the left foot, and rotate in both directions. Good. And then we'll bend that left knee and let the right leg cross all the way over. And now slide your hands under the waist so that you have a nice open chest, and let your knees drop to the left. And then we'll float back through center. And we're going to bring one weight behind the left knee and hug it in and drive circles on the ceiling, using your hands to do, or your arms to do most of the work here. Good. Both knees opposite directions. And then straighten that right leg and pull that left leg across. And again, you can use the lower part of the dumbbell to get a little bit deeper outer hip stretch. And then left foot goes on the ground outside of that right thigh. Put your dumbbells on each side of you. And then lift that right leg up. And while we press the left leg open, the right leg will point and flex and rotate. Good. And then bend that knee, hug it in. And let's cross the left leg all the way over. Slide your hands under your weights and drop the knees right. And then we'll come up and over and take a little rock side to side. Mosey your way on to your hands and knees, please. Oh, so it's cat, leprechaun, of course, right? So as you roll into your cat, you pull those abs in, nod your head yes, and shake it no. And then as you lift up in your leprechaun, you get to say your favorite Irish phrase. Always after me lucky charms, or top of the morning, or sine bene volta. And then we'll exhale round into your cat. And inhale into your cow. Tailbone up. Slide those hands forward a little bit, tuck the toes under, press up, and then press back. And as you press back, let's walk those heels down a couple times. Good. Wide stance. Walk it all the way back. Hang your head yes and no. You'll nod. And then bend the knees so your hands will go on the thighs. Exhale, cat. Last leprechaun. Always after me lucky charms, and bring it up. Thank you, guys.